My channel, Handmade by Ying with Donna. Today is October the 6th and it's 12 o'clock p.m. and I have Courtney with me today. We're going to be working through the 3-yard quilt and finishing up our walkthrough of the Evergreen before we kick off the Wonderland. Courtney, how did you like that one? The Evergreen.
It's pretty easy and simple.
Are you liking these projects?
Yes, I am. How about you?
I'm loving them. I think they're turning out fabulous. Hello, Amy, and welcome, sweetheart. We don't look to have a lot of people in the chat today. There's so many people on, but there's always the replay to catch whomever. So, Amy, I think you're sewing along, and I think if memory serves me correct, you were on the Evergreen with us. What I'm trying to do is find out who all's stitching along with us. It's always a blast sewing with friends. So let me get this silly cord out of the way. So I'll show you mine. You show me yours. Hi, Tracy, and welcome. So the over your left shoulder is your Evergreen, correct?
Yes.
And I love your colors. I did mine a little different. I didn't follow the directions in the book per se. I just pulled all different colors from scraps because I wanted to see if I could make it super scrappy. So with that being said, this is mine, and I have it quilted and bound. But this will give you a little idea of how scrappy it is. And then I just went with a Christmas background. At the moment, I'm sewing the tree blocks together. Good job. And this was a fun one. The trees come together really nice too. And then the leftover scraps that I had, because I cut a bunch for the tree, I made my binding out of that because I was just cutting and sewing up scraps or extra fat quarter bun, whatever I had, because I just wanted to finish this one off. I also went ahead and did this in the Christmas colors, and I've did the Wonderland in the cancer pink for breast cancer month. So I'm really enjoying this Wonderland. And Courtney, how far are you? We're just getting this kicked off today officially. I love how both of the quilts turned out. Absolutely. Hello, Sandra K, and welcome. Zandra, hello, everyone. So, Courtney, what are you thinking about this Wonderland? You think you're going to like it?
I think so.
This one really, this is the one we're moving along to. If anybody needs any help closing out on the Evergreen, shoot myself or Courtney a message. It'd be greatly appreciated. But we're trying to get done as many as we can before Christmas holiday. That way they're ready for your gift giving pleasures. So this one here is the Wonderland, and it is really stinking cute. I've done it in the pink, I've done it in the red and the check per se. And Courtney, what colors are you doing this one in?
I'm doing it right now in the pink with the white sparkles in it, and then the pink.
I think that's really going to look fabulous. Let me see. Hey, Debt Free Quilter. So, Journey, Tracy. Hi, Donna and Courtney. Beth of Goody Goods. Hello, ladies. Have you on for a while to drive the Taco Bell? I'm so jelly belly. You're having tacos and I'm not. Kathy Quilts and Crafts. Good morning, Donna and Joe. And she's also circling back with hello, Courtney. The Wonderland quilt looks like a great one. I will have to wait a while before I do that one. I'm telling you what, Amy, this one, I'm kind of stuck on this rut with this pattern. Every once in a while, you find a pattern that you really, really like. Yeah. And this one here, you can honestly, from start to finish, do it in 4 hours. And that's your starching, pressing, cutting, sewing. This one comes together, and I'm really liking the way it comes together. I'm not sure how much you can see.
Go to your lower pinwheel.
Let me do this one. The pinwheel, once you make that, I think that's the hardest part of this one, just so that you can get it centered really, really nicely. But I'm telling you what, this has not disappointed. I used the sparkle in both of these. Like I said, this is the breast cancer one. They're both the same pattern, but look at how much they look so different. Like this one, I maybe should have used the darker for that real big pop. but I wanted it to really be pink in my sewing space for my records for October. And then the Christmas one, that'll come down, and then the next project will go up. So it's just been a lot of fun getting these done. I'm working on one of those patterns too. Just love it. Which one are you working on, Heather? Good morning, Donna, Courtney, and all in the chat. So Terry. So with all of that being said, I don't have a mouse on my end today. I'm flying a little bit solo. Joe's downstairs and it's Courtney and I upstairs per se. I do have my binding, and I don't know how many of you like doing it, but I'm really getting hooked on this flanged binding as well. So let me know in the comments if you like the flanged binding, because I can do a little sew and show you how easy that is. And it really dresses up your quilt. This is going to go on this one once it's quilted. I think the Wonderland blocks would make super cute placemats. I haven't looked at the size or how it comes together yet. It absolutely would. Where do you get the pattern? I've gotten mine from Amazon. Courtney, can you drop the link in there, or would you like me to?
I can do it real quick.
All right. Trying to look here. Yo, Patty G, good morning, darling. So I've already got mine pre-cut for this next, and I'm going to show you my colorway for this one. My house really has a good country feeling. Joe and I like neutrals and earth tones pretty much. So this is going to be my colorway for the one that we're doing today. So is that not cute? It screams Christmas in a good way. This will run me into fall and Christmas because it's got the huckleberries and it's got the green. So this is the one I'll be working on today. And I'm not sure how far along we'll get, but we'll go until 2 probably. And we're just going to work on getting the pinwheels done today and then show you how to make that connection. But this cut up so stinking amazing and cute. You cut 12 and 12 of these, and I mean it's really an easy cutout. Then you've got your, let me look here. I'm just trying to pull it all up at once because I label everything. This is border 1, border 2, and then I've got enough fabric left that I'm going to make a flanged binding for that as well. So I think if these small projects, that flange binding, it's amazing, and you wouldn't believe how much pop it brings to your quilts. I'm trying to see where I left off. Yo, Patty G. Hello, Sandra. Hello, Heather. Love the flanged binding. I can do a sew-in one day and show you how easy that is. Give the measurements, and it'll work on pretty much any of your projects. So, Lisa, hey girl, how are you? Hey, Donna and Courtney and everyone.
Hey, Lisa.
How you doing, babe? You're in our thoughts and prayers, girl. So let me move the stuff I don't need out of the way. For those coming in late, I'm going to show it one more time because I'm kind of proud of it. This is the Christmas one where I just used nothing but scraps to show you we can all do scrappy, and it doesn't always have to be like picture perfect. This looks like old time country, you know what I'm saying, to where you just pull it all together. And I'm kind of liking that. I love Courtney's colors that she chose as well. So that's the Amazon link that you'll be able to find the book. And let me see. It's a day of ice packs. Absolutely. And know one thing, girl, you are in our thoughts and you're in our prayers. The road that you're traveling is not easy, and you've got us here if you need anything at all. I know it's easy to say, but I'm telling you, it's a long road and it drives you crazy while you're figuring stuff out. So let me get my cutting mat because it seems to have slid behind my workspace and I don't want that. So Got like 15,000 rulers there, but I needed something. Hello, Del Marie. Betty, Donna Robertson would be a great one for you to interview. I've already got an email out to her, and I think you're right. And I would love to have her just sit and talk to us while we're sewing up something. How cool of a collab would that be? So I just think it would be fabulous and a good time. So, Courtney, how far are you on this one?
I have the HST set up already.
Okay. I haven't started this one because I literally just cut it out last night. Tracy, yes, in pink for breast cancer. Let me see. Yeah, most of the channels that you see, we're all going to be doing the pink. And once I'm done today, this will come back down my Christmas and my room set up for the month of October for breast cancer awareness. So let me see. I think that's Sandra K. Hey there, girl. Thank you. So with that being said, do you want to walk them through while I'm just working my blocks? Do you want to move on to the next phase? The blocks, I can't give the measurements, but basically you're just going to cut them in half or mark them in half. Either way will work.
And then you sew on 1/4 inch each side.
And how did you mark yours?
I use my my chain,
Did you use?
the table, my tape.
Okay. Right.
I used some of those too.
Yeah. I use the Omni Grid. I love it. It really marks everything precise and I don't have any trouble afterwards. Peace, love,
I
and
am jealous now.
okay, fast. No way. Did you get it?
I want the
Congrats.
purple one.
Do
My
what?
husband says no.
What are you going to upgrade again?
No, I just wanted to add another one
Oh, good Lord.
and get rid of Quattro.
Oh my. You guys cracked me up. So with that being said, you're only going to have 6 of each of your dark, and then you're going to have one that has 12, and that's going to be your fabric too. I'm a little more aware this year. All will be fine though. I'm confident. Absolutely. I agree. Power of positivity, and God brought you to it, and he's going to see you through it.
Yep.
And I know it plays havoc on your nerves, but we keep the faith and keep plugging along, girl. You got this.
Later on, why? I can tell you, I didn't have to have a mammogram, but yes, I had a reconstruction done to I don't know how to call it, but
You had a breast reduction.
yeah. So they keep I was big and it was hurting me back, but I did that so they'd help. But also he said it caught anything if I did have anything ahead of time. So Amy says, I'm super excited. I got a great trade-in offer for my Janome Cafe embroidery module, comes with the 9.0 creator software for free. Awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, I was gonna go with the creator software, but I was gonna go with the one with the Wi-Fi, but I ended up decided to hold off because I'm on a mission for a 16 multi-needle embroidery machine.
Hello, Memoirs. I can't drop links today. Courtney, you're going to have to drop links.
What?
Memoirs is in here, jumped in to say hello, Donna and Courtney and everyone. Much work to do, and we'll catch the rest of the replay. Absolutely, and welcome, sweetheart. Staying confident, right beside you. So go ahead and drop the links that we need, Dawn.
I got it.
Thank you. I'm driving, or I would. Absolutely. And I understand. I don't have the list on this half, and Joe's went downstairs.
You guys are good.
So I'm flying solo.
I got you all.
Thank you.
until temporary for a new.
Sometimes life lessons, you know. One, two, three. Let me see. Referring to the diagram using a marking pen, draw a line diagonal on the wrong corners of fabric 1, using one of each fabric 1 and fabric 3 of the HSTs. You're going to make them, you're going to trim them down, and you're going to repeat to make all 12. So you're going to take 6 of them, cut it in half after you sew up and down both sides, and then you will have a total of 12. So let me see. Fabric 1, fabric 3. So that's what we got. And I like to draw my line and pin up one side.
Uh-oh.
What?
She was at a stoplight. LOL. I don't text and drive. Almost to Taco Bell and a stop traffic.
I was at a stopping light and I didn't text and drive almost to Taco Bell in stop traffic. Bless your heart. You better stop it. You be safe. You're hauling precious cargo. Joe and I would never forgive ourselves. So that's lined up to make my 12. Then I'm going to move along to the next step. That way, while I'm sewing, I can just streamline them. Number 3. One fabric, 3, fabric A and B. So it's going to be the burgundy and the floral.
And she says tacos are always worth it. And I agree with that.
Yum. Yum, yum. Sometimes mama needs a break and gets out of the house to go feed herself. Nothing wrong with that.
Yes, that is very true, Heather. But, and I agree with you, Beth, because that construction was crazy when I was up there last time. And driving myself.
Did you get tacos too?
Yeah.
He's telling me they're the bomb up there. They're like a yum. Thank you. And the Midnight Bargello, I may lose an opportunity to teach a class at my long-arm shop. I will bring them to my finished top next time I go in on the 15th. I got to read it over here. Thanks to you and the Midnight Bargello, I may have an opportunity to teach a class. Awesome. That is fabulous, babe. I really, really thoroughly enjoyed the Bargello, and we are going to be doing that again because we're getting a lot of positive feedback on it. But I believe Becca and myself, and I'm trying to remember who else. There's several. We're going to circle back, and I'm going to do it in a different colorway just to see how it's going to turn out. I think it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Absolutely fun. Do I?
I'm going to join it in on that one.
I love a good project.
I do apologize. My phone just like binging off the wall.
It's okay. That's why we got Vibrate. Yes, I don't take 35 if I ever drive to Dallas. I have never been out there, but
it is horrid to drive to Dallas.
Is it not good?
It is worse than what a normal highway can.
Really?
You're button next to people. You're literally this close to them. You don't have a car inch in a space between the car in front of you or behind you.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that might be a little bit challenging. That means I got to be nice.
Yeah.
Don't know about that. Don't look
Um,
at that.
Shelly is here and she says, sorry I'm late. I was prepping my fabric.
Hey, Shelly girl. Welcome, babe. Shelly Moyer is my
Ride or die.
retreat, my retreat partner. She is fab. She lives right close, really. She lives basically down in the Hagerstown area, which is like about an hour and 15, hour and some change away from me. And we plan on getting together, but life with her working and me being sick for a little bit, we just haven't had the opportunity. I'm so sad I missed the last midnight Zoom, but I was having fun at the beach and I was so jelly the whole time that I was sewing and stuff. I was honestly, my mind was at the beach with you. I'm looking forward to the next Zoom, and that is going to be October the 15th. So anybody, if you want to save that date, it's going to be Saturday, which is technically Sunday, the 16th, but I'm announcing it as the 15th. It's going to be midnight. Want to make sure I've got my times right here. But when we end, I'll be going down through my calendar and giving some dates for everybody. But give me 1 second. I want to make sure that I'm giving you the right date because I've got it locked in now with several. Yes, it's the 15th. So that's going to be fun. And I know you guys will enjoy that. I've got a special undercover project per se in the works, and my Bargello has segued out of my area to somewhere else, and then it'll be back here. If not, it'll be held at a said site and showcased when we do the Bargello. But I've got someone who is going to be actively working that one, and it turned out so stinking nice. We've joined forces, and it's going to be a show quilt, and that one I'm very, very proud of. And I'm just excited to see how it turns out. I'm seeing little video clips, and I don't even want to peek at them because I'm so stoked on that one. So it's just going to be a blast. So let me see. I'm just pinning and a chatting. So let me see what I've missed. Kathleen, okay, I'm back on LO Cuppa. And so I had to start cutting for the mini series. Absolutely. Hello, Heather. Don't start a Bargello until after you finish the Goldfinch, Beth. You never know what Beth's going to do. She's going to make one with us. The very next one I do, she saw firsthand how pretty they turn out. So when I announce it, she's all in. But I want to wait. I know that one I would like to wait until after Christmas because it does take a little bit of time, and you've got to have your focus. And you have to have the free space in your home to let it lay while you're working it. Awesome. I'm off work that night. Absolutely, Shelly, and you can join in. We're going to be closing out that Bargello, seeing how far everybody is. And it's just a blast. I couldn't be more blessed.
Beth says, I'm quilting yours during naps.
The Bargello is in Beth's hands. We Joe and I have commissioned her to quilt that one, and that one is going to be a show quilt. It'll show in her area from time to time for 2023ish, and then it'll be here. So we're going to be mailing it back and forth. When it got to her, I'll let her tell you what she thinks of it. That one there made me cry when it finally came together, and it takes a lot to get me sappy. Someone has to keep you accountable, Beth. Absolutely. Beth is a doll baby, but I don't want to start the next one until definitely after Christmas. Working on a lot of behind the scene projects. How about you, Courtney? What are you up to on the side?
I am working on a quilt that's on the frame right now. It's to one of my friends down in Texas.
Awesome.
Couple boxes I need to mail out, including yours.
I can't wait. I've been waiting.
And
Courtney has finished up my Indian quilt for my mother. That's been finished for a hot minute, but life happens and it had to take a back burner for a little bit to get mailed, but she's going to get it out this week. And when it gets here, I'm going to be opening it live. That way you're going to see firsthand what I'm seeing. And then we'll go back into the box and then be delivered to my sister so that will officially be the end of that quilt's travel. And she's just going to love on it. There's no doubt in my mind. Somebody has to keep you accountable. I guess you have a point there, Heather. Absolutely. But you know what? If I start to Bargello, Beth, you got to be in on it. I'm telling you, it's one you don't want to miss, girl. But like I said, it won't be till January. And then in between nursing the baby and chasing the kids, we'll have you there. Hello, Teresa Louise, and welcome, darling. Are you back from your appointment, honey? Well, our time difference, you probably haven't left yet. I don't know why I feel like she lives next door. I just love that woman.
hey, Teresa.
Yeah, I'll never get used to all these people's time changes and time differences. Everybody's on the same track as me. I wish the world would just go to the same time. How simple it would be. So you've have you trimmed yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Says I have 3 jelly rolls in my cart already. LOL.
I will have 3 in my, oh, absolutely. I want to get with Becca. She is going to do one like I am. I'm going to take her husband's idea. And I did the rainbow. And now the next one I want to do is kind of like a beach theme. I think that'll turn out really cool. But like I said, I don't want to do it until after we all get through the holidays. So my goal for my channel is we're going to use up a lot of scraps between now and Christmas. We're going to push out a lot of content and see how empty we can end the end of the year per se without a lot of whips and UFOs laying around. So that's my goal. I've got 4 quilts that need to go to the long arm up, well, on mine. And I just need to take the time to get them loaded and quilted up. Then the binding, I just love to do the binding. And that flange, it has me hooked. I went to that quilt show down at Becca's, and the lady that was instructing us on that class, I'm telling you what, it was the best. She did fabulous. So I pulled a lot of my regular binding out of my binding stash, and now I'm turning it into the flanged as well, so I can pull it in a moment. It's just, it makes your quilt look amazing.
And yes, Heather, just have to deal with some normal pain of the daily life.
You feeling a little better, Courtney? She does look better. She said she's still got a lot of shoulder pain, but she looks better. So what's your goals to end out 2022, Court?
I have no more UFOs.
That's pretty much mine. Teresa Louise is in the house. And I have just air sewed. How cool is that? I don't know why, or is it the threads blending?
Thank you, Heather. That is very sweet of you.
I love the flange binding. It makes a quilt look so finished. Absolutely. The next thing I want to do is I've saw a lot of people, and Courtney's one of said people who do the hand binding. you sew it on the front and hand bind it on the back, or vice versa. I think they look really sharp as well. So these little ones, I think I'm going to practice on them. So when I do my next large project, I'll be able to do the hand binding of it, just to dress it up that extra little bit.
Yeah.
But I want to get everything worked out really, really well so that when I have time, that rainbow Bargello, I think I'm going to be hand binding that one. If we're going to use it for a show quilt for it, we've named it. We really love this quilt. I'm telling you, Beth and I have already named it. I'm going to let her drop the name, but it's kind of cute the way she'd come up with that name. I said, we got to give it a name. What's the name going to be? And within 10 seconds, she come up with something just fab. And I was just like, I didn't think of that. But she might be in Taco Bell right now.
We're driving.
Yeah, we can't have her texting, talking, and driving.
I would go up there and give her back if she's texting me driving.
Yeah, we can't have that.
Forward.
Absolute. That would end horribly because I wouldn't mind a plane ticket to go squawk at her a bit. So somewhere under the rainbow. I knew she'd remember. So now I've got to do is get that label made. But anyway, I've got mine done on both sides. So now you're joining yours to make the
with the strip.
Absolute. So mine's all sewed up. Now all I have to do is square them down in just a minute. I've done some flange binding and I really like it. I'm telling you what, it changes the look of your quilt. And you wouldn't think it would make a big difference, but it really, really does. Now, if it's just something I'm going to keep here at home and throw on my sofa, or it's one of the t-shirt quilts that we're doing, no, I'll just go ahead and do the machine binding. But we all have those special quilts that you just want to give it that extra. Well, the flange binding's definitely the way to go. So I'll definitely be showing that here before the end of October, because I need to make up some for the rainbow quilt. And Joe will be designing that label for that. We've bought several high ticket items here the last day or so. And he's going to be doing a lot of behind the scenes work. Can you do a tutorial video on it? Absolutely. It's going to be step by step. And from the cutting it and how you're piecing it together, I'm telling you, it's going to be a tutorial. I can't do that one live because I want people to be able to stream back to it easily and be able to just pause if they need to. And then in the description box, it's going to give you the exact measurements that you need. Yeah. But I'll be doing that. Next, I've gotten a lot of amazing people asking me about the whips and stuff. I didn't do my video catch up per se last week because I was really, really sick. There's no way I could have done it. And the week before I was out of town, so I've got to get that done. And let me see, what else have I slacked on? My hacks, they'll be back next week is the goal, but we're really hitting a lot of videos for October. So if Joe and I get time, we're going to pre-record a couple of those and get those out. But the flange, that one's really a fun one to do. So I want to make sure that I don't forget that, and it needs to be a pre. And I can assure you, you won't be disappointed with that one. So I've got these ready to press out. And the directions say, basically, hello, Benita. you go to the dark. Well, on this one here, they're both. So it says press the fabric A, which would be my green. So I'm just going to finger press them and then I'll get those in and get them done up. Let me get some of these rulers out of the way. I'm really loving the baby lock. Not baby. They're block locks. They are really so easy to use.
They are,
Clutter.
it helps make sure you're accurate.
Absolutely. And let me see, what else have we done? Joe and I have signed on and become affiliates with Amazon. So that's a nice added thing for our channel.
I told her to get to it.
Yeah, so we've got that, and we're growing in different directions, and it's just a lot of fun. It's not even hot yet. So let me. So what's going on with everybody else? While I'm ironing, I get to watch this and chat a minute. Jeffrey Felder, I just didn't like the block lock rollers. I'm telling you what, they are a total game changer for me. Have you tried the slotted roller? I haven't, but Courtney has.
I went crazy and I did what Beth did. I have the Walmart brand one, but I ended up with the XL because I do a lot of 2.5, 5-inch and all that, and I needed to make sure I have a big one, and I love them.
So who is ready for Halloween? And then we'll be doing Christmas, Thanksgiving. What are you most thankful for this year? We'll play 50 questions while I'm ironing because I got the gift of gab today. So if you could pick one thing that you're thoroughly thankful for this year, what would it be, Courtney?
My family and friends.
What about anyone else? Me, Halloween, absolutely. I could see that. Kathy Quilt, hello, Beth. Let me see. Let's push this just a tad and heat it up. Thankful for our healthy 4 blessings and Archie. Absolutely. I'm totally over the moon. You got to get with me. I forgot when we chatted on that special project. I kind of got carried away and I've got a lot of them cut out. I know I don't need that many, but it's going to be fun. It'll give me, once we do a couple, then it'll give me a few more that I can make.
Okay, she just let us know she got home.
Yay. Did you bring me a taco? Thankful for good health and quilting friends. Absolutely. Amy, thankful for all of you guys. Oh, thank you, babe.
I know Thanksgiving falls on a Thursday this year.
Yep.
I will not be doing a live that day either.
No, I think everybody will pretty much be with their families.
I have to do one with
Thankful
my
for my
parents, and then
health
I gotta
and
go 2 hours away from home.
Right. And that makes sense. It's got to be family first. That's what God wants us to do. Thankful for my health and many quilting friends. Absolutely. Thankful for the process my family has made this year in all areas. Absolutely.
Except for financial.
Do I?
They said except for financial.
Well, honey, if she stays off, so yeah. I'm just teasing her. I'm thankful my husband's heart procedure worked and he is feeling well. Absolutely. I tell you what a great God we serve. Awesomeness. I'm telling you. Thankful. But Thanksgiving is always on Thursday. I don't think she remembered, honey, and it's okay. Yeah, Thanksgiving's always Thursday.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I just telling you, my live is on Thursdays.
Yeah, she's taking Thanksgiving off this year. She's giving you the heads up. Thankful for my new granddaughter. How cool is that? And congratulations. It's the times, Heather. Absolutely. Kathy Quilts is telling Teresa hello. Do you want to drop Teresa's link, please? I know she's got the links, but she might be in her traveling. Nope.
Make sure I have the right one.
Nope. It's the throwaway society we live in, Beth. Whoa. It's sad. I'm Teresa Louise. I'm super happy about your husband's. Absolutely. She was quite worried, as one would be, and you never know what tomorrow brings, so you got to appreciate the moments. So I've got all mine pressed off. Teresa Louise, I'm not sure if you can see this, but I'll show you. See if she's still in the chat. Teresa Louise, are you still in the chat, babe? I don't see her. She might not be. I was going to show her the one behind me that we didn't get to show her.
If you guys like the content, please give Donna a thumbs up.
Oh, thank you, babe.
Yeah. So I see 58 watching and 18 thumbs up.
I'm thankful that Willa didn't die. Absolutely. Teresa Louise, look here. I've got the Christmas one done that we talked about, and then the cancer one. They're both the same. They're the Wonderland. But I wanted to show you how cute they turned out and what a difference. The pink, you're right, I should have used a deeper contrast. But like on this one here, you can really see the pinwheel. So I'm thinking on this next one, it'll really be prominent as well. So once you get your blocks set up, you're going to square them down to the 3.5. And using the block really works good for me. And I know some people don't like it, Miss Heather, but it works good for me. So I'm using what works.
You're also saving your ruler with the tape. Some rulers, the numbers aren't really stuck on.
Right.
And if you're using painter's tape, it tends to pull off. And that's one of those things I was really iffy about.
Right. And I think it speeds up kind of like the assembly line of getting them trimmed up. They're so pretty. The Christmas one looks like a present. It does.
Yeah. Teresa Louise, Heather's asking about Willow.
Fill us in on Willow. Bye all. Have a great day. Gotta run. Absolutely, sweetie.
Thank you, Lisa. So I know I said I was going to do the giveaway for the 300. That quilt is the giveaway, but I'm going to do that probably next week where I have more time, not have been sick and all. And then you get to pick your own quilt and design and back in, and I'll do all the rest for you.
Now, how cool is that? I like the green one behind you, Courtney. I honestly lost track of time.
It's all right. I think everybody's just enjoying it.
Absolute. And that is a good giveaway. Plus, Joe and I are sponsoring a gift card. It'll be digital to one of her winners in support. Heather Willer was really sick a few months back, and we thought we might lose her. That would have been awful. Definitely Quilter. Oh, okay, I see. I'm not liking that. Sometimes even the best laid plans should come up a little bit short. Or they're pretty good cuts and you only have a little tidbit of a scrap. Short 3.5. All the little puppies under the long arm sleeping up a storm. So what's everyone want this year for Christmas? Do you want fabric? Do you want new equipment? If you could have anything in the world from your family, spouse, whatever, buy for yourself, what would it be? Everybody's got that special wish list.
I can say I'm Malcolm embroidery machine.
I could see you wanting that. That would be fun. Wait, let's see what everybody else's wish list is. I'm just being a nosy Nelly. Okay, I got a hot copper and our fed. The kitchen is clean. Just need a shoulder border holder and now good to play. More creative grid rulers and a bindings. Absolutely. How cool. We've all got that wish list. I want a long arm frame to put my Q20 and a new sewing table. Absolutely. But they're great things. They're great ideas. So Terry, Teresa, Louise, I know Willow. So doing these 3-yard projects, let us know if you're one of the ones that's sewing along, because I got quite a few emails and I'm just curious. That way it tells us moving right along. Let me see. I'm moving from Central Florida to Central Illinois around Christmas. I want a snow-free trip. Absolutely. And wow, that's quite the move, doll. That is going to be a blast. But I'm with you. I would want a snow-free move. Donna, FYI, our power will be out Friday from 8 to 3, just in case you try to reach me. Okay, baby. Well, you know I'm gonna. We need to get you one of those solar-powered cell phone chargers that you can carry with you. That way, when the power does surge or go out and they're updating and things, you're going to have a way to
Get a hold of it.
Yep. I just love that woman. God gave me a bonus, sister. I'm telling you. And we all got a lot of.
I guess I want it all. Happy with what I have. So I guess I already have it.
Oh, that's good. I like to dream. Guess I want it all. Happy with what I have. So I guess I already have it. Okay, y'all. Time for me to go. I'll catch y'all later. Good day, Heather. Suji. Sewing on the QOV project for my guild. Kathleen Champ. Donna, you're taking a drink of that soda pop, LOL, and it reminded me of my great grandma. Every day at noon, she would drink and toss cores in that inner drink saucer just because. God love you. I'm talking so daggone much, you get parched, I'm telling you. Absolute. When the power goes out, we have no internet and no phone service in there. Well, that's called unplugging and enjoying your husband. But thanks for the heads up, baby. They must be doing some upgrading for you. I'll tell you what, these blocks, there's not a whole lot of waste at all. So I'd say this is one of those ones where they're coming together quite nice.
And it's pretty fast.
Yeah. This here's the waste off the green blocks. Let me see how far I gotta go. That's not much at all.
So be it. Fallon's in here.
Hey, Fallon.
Just got back from dropping my daughter off at work. So I missed the beginning.
Okay, what we're working on, Fallon, honey, is the 3-yard quilt. We've moved from the Evergreen over to the Wonderland. And I'll give you a little preview. And you haven't been on in a bit. So this is the Christmas one. It's the same one that we're doing, but we're doing it in different colors. And then I've also done it in the breast cancer pink. So it just happens to be one of the, you know how you find that one quilt every once in a while that you just really enjoy doing. That's the one I really enjoyed. I have all the sewing related things that I need. I just need to organize, like in my dreams. We can all organize and then you lose your stuff and then you organize again and you find your stuff. It's a challenge for us all. Absolute. Christmas list, bucket of Bloody Marys and all that you can eat bacon. You had me at bacon. That is my go-to. I'm telling you, when I'm stressed, I could eat a whole pound of bacon. I feel like I'm kind of like Tiffany of Tiffany's Quilting Life, the way she loves her bacon. We've been buying it by the 10-pound packs and breaking it down. Delish. So be it, Teresa. That happened to us too. If our power goes out, our cell phones is useless. Absolute. You would be surprised. So the block rulers, what's everyone's thoughts on those? I dearly, dearly love mine. Makes my blocks ever so nice. And I don't have that off cut, you know, no matter how true you try to be to your cut. The block brings it home all the way on my end.
I love them.
I absolutely do. And I'm so thankful that I've learned about these and moved on with them. And Courtney, that was a good share. So how far are you now?
I'm off to where
Did you show them how you joined it and how you worked it up?
because I'm not the greatest at that stuff.
Do I?
Not the greatest at that stuff.
Well, that's part of teaching. You got to show your work. Show your work. So bring it over because I'm not going to get that far. Bring one block over. Okay, what she's done is she's taken her half square triangle and joined it to the 6.5. She's joined it to her one solid. And it's 1, 2, 3.5 by 6.
Yeah. And then
She's added it to the end and then she's put it on her one long solid piece. And you've got to watch your layout with this because if you lay them out wrong when you're joining it, when you go to make these sections, it won't come together right. So look at your picture to make sure that you have your fabric laid the way you need to marry it. Because you don't want to end up seam ripping.
I have it right.
Right. But
Oh, I
block
actually
lock
have it.
is Beth, I tell you what, I started the block lock can be expensive by all means, but I ended up with I got these for my flying geese and I used my Amazon my Prime rewards, got those, and that's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I got 4 different. I'm sorry, there's 4 different ones here. I got 4 different sizes and it was regular like 70 some bucks and I ended up paying 18 for it. So to me, I just saved my points. And then the big one, I've got the, what is it, 8.5, 10.5? That way I can slide it. And then I've got the littler ones up. We can talk about the new Tula. Ooh, still drooling. Oh, absolute. Oh, I'd love to have a block lock ruler, but overall cost for the few you may need is too high. I hear Deb talking. Honestly, everybody has them different. And then I don't know how to put it. They are what they saved me in miscuts and my fabric alone. But I'm not pushing it down anyone's throat. I'm just seeing a more consistent and precise cut for myself.
Even if you don't want to buy all the sizes, you can just buy the 12.5.
And then
it's all got your sizes right there in one block.
I'm not this is not a block lock sponsored video.
Yeah,
But this is just, I really enjoyed
her opinion how amazing they are.
Yeah, they really are. They're a game changer in my space. Laura Austin, hello, sweetheart, and welcome. But if you have a special ruler or a technique on trimming down, please drop it in the chat. We all love to hear it.
Yeah.
Kathleen, I'd love Deb Tucker rollers too. I haven't checked those out. I'm always on the lookout for the next best thing.
Got a boatload out right now.
Mm.
But Kathleen was saying that hers are easier on budget.
Oh, absolutely. I've got rollers here that were my beginning rollers, and I didn't realize back then, and I'm acting like it's been 100 years, but it's only been 2. Honestly, I thought my cuts were great. You know what I mean? And I thought in my head, I was doing everything right. Well, as I've grown as a quilter, I'm seeing that, wow, I was off and I didn't realize it. You know what I mean? So I think it's it's all in the way you learn and the techniques that you learn. And you don't have to have the fanciest of equipment to be a good quilter or get everything square. I just know what works for me in my space. And the amount of quilts and projects that I turn out, we've got to keep it consistent, precise, and streamlined. I think it's nice. There are so many options. Some are just going to be easier on how a person's brain works. Absolutely. Like the block lock, honest to goodness, when I first tried it, I bought the 2.5 inch and I was sitting there playing with it and I was like, what in the heck? And then the more I played with it, I was like, you have to go this way, sliding it up and down and then pivot. And I'm telling you, it works. It just, but it's like you said, Fallon, it's in the way your brain processes how to work it. And I like the slide down on it. It just helps me. A neon one is just, wow, I'm trying to be patient and wait for the moon garden to arrive at my next quilt shop, and I'm planning ahead. I love you.
I know.
I could see someone else taking a road trip just to get that.
For us to get together to go get it.
Uh-huh. Absolute. I could see you doing it.
Well, I think if I'm correct, Beth and I are doing the festival up in Kansas City.
Ooh,
This went like, I think it was March or somewhere in there
it's after baby, right?
for Kansas City. I don't know when I haven't looked again.
Oh, okay. So
I
who's
think
going?
it's June, but I'm not sure.
Love this idea. We'll play 50 questions while I'm trimming. Who's excited for QuiltCon 2024 in Raleigh? Now tell me that's not going to be the bomb.
I know I'm gonna be there. My family's going.
Absolute. That's going to be a blast. I know. Let me see. Memoirs of a Long Arm Quilter's going. I'm going. Becca's going. Ian's
Sean's
going.
going.
Sean's going. I believe Tiffany, but don't quote me.
Last thing I heard, Becca said Tiffany was going.
I think so.
And if I'm correct, Beth was the last thing I heard that she was gonna go, but I'm not.
I believe.
She still is.
I'm just trying to get Everglow by Tula Pink. I got to check out what you all's into.
Laura Austin's going to the
Oh,
20.
But just how stinking cool. Can you imagine? We'll get to meet some of our subscribers, a lot of us content creators in the same place. I think that would be off the hook. Amazing.
Yeah.
Moon
Yes,
Garden.
about that one, Beth. I am so waiting for that one and the Everglow.
I want to go to Raleigh. Absolutely, Shelly. That is going to be off the hook. Amazing. So, got that much done, ladies. And it only took me an hour with the gift of gab. And whoops, I didn't show. That's all the waste I got off the other one. That's not very much off 12 blocks. So I love her Donna Robertson's patterns because she utilizes a lot of her fabric down to the T.
Yeah, because then you're not feeling like you're wasting a whole boatload.
Absolute, absolute.
Fabric ain't cheap, and we gotta make sure we can salvage as much as we can.
Absolute. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your unit A and your unit B, and you're going to make your assemblies. So what I'd like to do, I'm jealous. I was going to go. You're going to Raleigh, aren't you? QuiltCon, I can't make this one. I would love to. So just divide your stack up into 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Make sure. 12. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure I've got them all before I get moving along here. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's going on that side. And I need a few more. So we're just going to buzz those out. And you can't go wrong. I'm buying it, Amy. I was going to buy you guys. Love, love, love. 6.5 by 9 rectangles. I'm waiting for the video. I'm working at the quilt shop would be dangerous for me. Absolutely. I know I couldn't do it. I have no willpower and definitely would be shopping a lot. I have no restraint. Absolutely none. Not going to have them. I'm grateful for the friends and everyone in our community, quilting, crocheting. I'm blessed in my life. We'll never be able to explain. Not being alone, encouraging love, total gift. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think God is so good, you know? Beth, I do get 20% discount on my fabric at my Bernina dealer. Absolutely. Well, that would be a reason to stay there getting it from now. With tears of joy. Amen, Donna. Absolutely. You know, you never know the road that someone's traveled. You don't know their life history, their circumstances. But I can tell you one thing. At the end of the day, God forgives us for a lot of crud, you know? And I'm not going to get on my soapbox preaching today, but there's no one out there that's perfect. And I think that we've all been forgiven and we can rejoice in that fact. And that's just me. Absolutely just me. Three, four, five, 6, 7.
Where you're at, you putting your half square triangles together.
11. Do what, babes?
Are you putting your half square triangles together?
Not have no desire. No, no, I'm just counting fabric. Why?
Where I'm putting the, as you can see, I laid it out. I have the first row in my hand right now. So I'm pinning it together so I can get it to the machine.
Machine, you say?
Hi, Tula.
Mm-hmm. Amy, I would love to, girlfriend. I feel the same. Could you imagine all of us getting together? What a party that would be. Sitting, catching up, meeting face to face. I think it would be a blast. Okay, now I can move all of my stuff out and line up my blocks now. Okay, I would be lost without my faith and trust in the Lord. I have so many examples of his blessings in my life. Even when I was little, I have witnessed miracles. Absolutely. I just stand in my faith. Like I was talking to the Soya guys the other day, and a lot of people send us messages. Quit talking about God. Don't talk about your faith. We're here to sell. Well, I love them all, but I'm not going to stand and turn my back on the one that gave me life, Raleigh will never be the same. Can you imagine? It's going to be so stinking fun. It's going to kind of be like twisted. So it's really important that when you're laying these blocks out, like I was explaining to Courtney, it's really important because I've seen them come together in the groups of other ones, to where if you don't have your fabric lined up and your HSTs facing the right way, you can inadvertently sew them together wrong. So the easiest way to move past that and segue without doing it is just lay them down the way that you need to sew them right out of the gate. Might take you a minute now, but it's going to save you a lot of picking if you mess up. Well, not picking, seam ripping. You won't be meeting up with Jack. So my background color would be this, and it's the same on both of my blocks. So with that being said, you take your fabric here, and I'm going to show you in your block. That way, the ones that are sewing along, my floral is the same on both my blocks. So that's going to be my foundation. Then when you're laying your block out where it's the dark, when you're seeing the dark, that's going to be faced up, if that makes sense to you. So like say, I want to make sure I'm showing you right. So here's your body. I'm trying to do this so it'll show. So I'm going to lay this block this way. So you're going to want your block to meet like this so that whatever your color is, it's going to be facing this way. You're going to have to make sure if you sew it like this, it's not right. It has to be like this, or you're not going to get the pinwheel effect. So I lay them the way that I need to sew them. That way they don't slip through the machine wrong. I know that ain't right, Amy. Let me see. Oh, right. We're never go home. When the time came, we're all standing in the driveway saying goodbye for days. Absolutely. I could see that. Friends, beautiful. Hello, Mary. Welcome, sweetheart. My sister and I are living witnesses of God's healing power. Absolutely. So I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to get these at least sewed in today. And then next week when we come back, because I'm not going to have a hot minute this week to join these back in. But like I said, you're going to want to make sure that this one is facing this way when you're sewing it together. If you don't do it, when we get to this part, it won't come together right. I think he was planning all along for each of us to walk on our journey. Absolutely. Absolutely. All my pooches are asleep. What a day it has been. Courtney, you got to do some talking. Show them where you're at.
I will. It's attached to the machine right now.
You what?
It's attached to the machine right now.
She's showing ya. She's gonna show ya. So let me see.
First row.
Do what, babe?
Here's my first row.
Way to go. Do what?
That was my first row that I attached.
It is a big wow, and always a reminder to me to have some faith and trust in the Lord. Absolutely. You can have the worst day in the world. You could be getting yelled at. You could be messing up on your job. It could be life circumstances, stuff out of your control. But how great a God is it that can forgive us and bring us through those times, you know? I think it's amazing.
I can tell us I have two. My first one was when I had my first surgery on my spine.
Mm-hmm.
That was the very first time I went full under anesthesia, and my grandfather showed up in my sleep and said, "We can hang out until it's done, and then I'm gonna have to kick your butt back to the world to be with your husband and family."
Uh-huh. But that was kind of weird.
And it was weird, but at the same time, every time I had surgery for something, he was there to make sure I was safe and calm from my anxiety.
I think that's pretty cool.
I also felt his hand and the Lord telling me to stop on the highway and save a beautiful black and white kitten who was 5 weeks old. She was in the middle of the highway, like Lord pushed every car out of my way to get it.
Wow. That's big. Let me see. Love your colors, Courtney.
Thank you.
Kathleen. Oh, y'all. How exciting. I get to take my granddaughter to her driving test. today. Talk about blessings. Long story, but that's a fact. Absolutely. That speaks volumes. Your testimony gave me chills, Amy C said. Brenda Foley, hello, ladies.
So this is the kitten that I rescued off of a highway. And it was like the Lord was telling me to go get her.
Oh,
She reminds me of my very first cat.
no.
She was named Moana. My daughter got to name her since we rescued her.
No. Well, you can't beat that.
Mm. And this quilt that's behind me is going to someone special.
Which one?
The one behind me.
Oh, I know who that is.
Of course, because I don't.
Yep. Absolute. So who's ready for the next sew along? We can do something other than the 3 yards. I can do that on one of my Friday nights, or something that I am going to do on the Friday nights here and there is I'm going to be working on the Dress a Girl dresses. And I'm also going to be working on getting my So Powerful purses, because that's going to be coming up on us before you know it.
Yeah.
So I've got a lot of projects, but I'm also going to open that up to subscribers to join me so we can sit, chat, and sew. Now, how cool is that?
That is very awesome.
So I
And
think,
you know that you were saying about your goals.
yep.
I need to get back to mine. I kind of put that off. So I'm about like a month out, no goals.
Yep. Joe and I had went to that wedding, and we both ended up catching COVID. So we've been sick for a couple weeks. So we kind of been laxing and not being at our best, getting stuff done, getting stuff out, and we're trying. Yesterday was the first day we were actually allowed out of the house per se. And we're both tired. We're both still a little bit irritable, as one would be when you just plain don't feel good. But outdoor wedding, who would have thunk it?
Amy says, Donna, can we do UFO other projects? I have purses, mugs, rugs, and such to get started on. I also have several UFOs I need to finish before starting new projects.
Absolutely. You know what we could do is a Friday night sew-in, to where for an hour or so, you just meet online and we sit and sew up what we've got until after the first of the year. That way we're not starting nothing new. But I do want to end out the Bargello to where everybody that's sewing it, we come together and show our work, show what we've done with that project. I think that would be fabulous before we move on. But instead of a Saturday night, I'll sell my special projects. I'll always do on a Saturday night because I can be later. But like a Friday night sew in with subscribers, I think for an hour, maybe an hour and a half ish, would be something that we could all work hard together and get our stuff off our plates for Christmas. I just got my COVID booster and the flu shot yesterday. I'm telling you what, Joe and I, we've got our shots, we got our boosters, but this new strain, it ain't no joke. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I've still got the headache, and I'm day 9, 10, 11, something like that. And the headache just never leaves. Yeah, it would be after Becca. It wouldn't be during Becca, because I like to watch her too. Yeah, and I know Beth comes on, but Beth and I've talked, and you can join us if you want, or watch one week, one the next. There's Beth and I have spoke, and she's okay with me doing mine. Thank goodness you got your mammogram scheduled. That means the world. I know sometimes the videos on the cancer that we're doing is a little depressing, but it's meant to serve as just a little bit of a reminder, you know? And if one video saves one person's life out of this whole month or just gets them checked, then I think it's all been worth it. Sounds good to me. And Beth Goody Goods is on, and I'm usually with her working on my, yeah, Beth and I've talked, and she's fine with me doing it. Beth comes on after Becca, after Beth and Donna. I can't do midnight after being up that late, because most of the time on a Friday night, I have my granddaughter. So what I'm going to do is, as Beth moves along in her pregnancy, she may be slowing down a little bit. I'm not saying when baby comes, and give her a week or two to bounce back. And she's going to have weeks she doesn't want to sew. I'm going to have weeks I don't want to sew. But in the meantime, we're just going to share the love. People can bounce back and forth. Donna, what about Friday mornings or midday?
I'm midday at 3:30.
Yeah,
so
Fridays, I'm off from my fire department right now on Fridays, but that's when I do the shopping, the banking, and then I have to work the bingo hall. So that's a busy day, my Fridays. But we'll see. We're just tossing ideas right now. I appreciate the videos you have been doing. It makes me question my doctor. I had my boobies smashed and they repeated it, and I have fatty tissue. There's room for all of us. Absolutely, Beth. No one's taking anything off anybody. YouTube is a great big place, and we all share the love. I spoke with Beth before I ever even thought about, let's do this. And before I committed to it, and she's like I am. You're going to watch her, you're going to watch me, and you're going to bounce channels. There is no love lost for Beth and I. We love each other, and we're going to support each other. And it's just going to be what it's going to be. There's weeks that she's going to be on. There's weeks that I'm going to be on. We might be on together. YouTube is a big
place. Mary Jane, sometimes she's got a busy day before Becca's live, so it's kind of hard to do all that.
What about before Becca? Yeah, before Becca, I would be working my fire hall. I'm a volunteer with our fire department, so there's just no way I could do a before Becca. I don't get out of the station until 8:30, 9 o'clock. By the time I get home, get a shower, get the grease washed off, because I run the bingo kitchen. My president's out from a car accident right now, so love you, Beth. Always smash a shot. They could not see everything, but said that instead of doing an ultrasound to wait a few, what? Makes me wonder. Yeah, insist on the ultrasound. If you're feeling something, I had a lot of dents.
They have to listen to you because you know your body better than they do.
Right.
They see you once or twice a year.
I like the Friday night. Give me 2 days to get rested for work. Absolutely. So we'll just have to see. Beth and I and Becca, we all work. We all love each other. There's enough room. No, I might stay with Saturdays. I don't know. Amy, unfortunately, it's a family thing here. I'd say ask for another test. They have a secondary test that's much like the first, and they can double check just to give you peace of mind. Absolutely. Amy, what is your family doctor's opinion?
Do it, go get a second opinion from another doctor.
A lot of things right now are insurance based, as much as we would love it. It all depends on your doctors. And then, like, I know when I was going through my crap, and there's no polite way of putting it, It was test after test after test. Wait and see, wait and see. And it drives you about batty. Good to know. Love you, Kathleen. How far did you sew up on yours?
Just the first row.
Okay.
I didn't want to go too far because you weren't there yet.
No, I didn't even start this one, but wasn't sure what we were doing.
Amy says she hasn't felt anything different, but they can't truly see what's there. I have that bag cancel cell in my bone marrow. So your video makes me think I should insist on it now.
Call. Absolutely call. And there is also a test, Amy, you can ask for. And I'll message you when we get offline. Or you message me if I forget. But yeah, you got to keep on top of it. That I'm a strong believer in a lot of things like wait and see or what's going to happen and we'll see, you know, but no, if you're having issues, you gotta have peace of mind. What doctor would want to wait months if it was their mother, their daughter, their brother? They wouldn't. They wouldn't want to, they would not want to wait. See how simple that is to jack that block?
Oops.
I laid it down wrong. Some people would have hit it. I'd rather show it. We all make mistakes.
Well, at the same time, when I finish my HSTs, I make sure all my colors are in the same direction.
I did too, but I just picked it up while I was talking. I knew what I did when I was showing it. Laid it down wrong. My mother passed away of colon cancer. My sister passed away of lung cancer. Colonostomies every year, but for me, I have waited a few years since my last mammogram. I would honestly, I tell everybody, and I know I preach to the choir and you guys get tired of hearing it, and that's okay. But get checked. The life you save could be your own. Amy, okay, thank you. I will wait for your message every morning when I see your video. It just makes me think I'm going to email my oncologist and ask about adding that test. Now, absolutely. You're not out anything, Amy. And oh, it is. I'll tell you here. Ask for the cancer screening test. It's called a CA-125. If they want you to wait, make them justify it. They have to do the blood test. It's going to show whether you got cancer cells of breast cancer in your blood. And if they don't want to run you through the testing machines, you can find out via blood test. And it's a cancer screening. And I can tell you, I will not be moving forward on this because I got too many projects. But next week I will work on getting these locked in. But I really like the way those colors are going to be prominent. So let me see. If you could bless one person today, that we'll play question while I'm doing this. Okay, thank you. I'll wait on your message. Okay. If you could bless one person in a 24-hour period with something that doesn't cost you money, it's free, what would the blessing be? It could be a phone call. It could be a text message, an inspirational word of encouragement, opening a door for someone.
I do that all the time.
Huh?
I open the door.
Yep. Just think about like someone's having a really cruddy day. They're walking into a store and you're there. Hi, how are you? Have a great day. You know, it all helps. I must really like this block. Does that not look pretty? I like those colors together.
I do too.
Let me see, Amy. He let me do what I request. I have an oncologist because of the smoldering multiple melanomas, but it is currently not cancer, but still a cancer cell. Yeah, it is. And it's always better to get it checked. Well, Mr. Joe's back in the house. Whoops, he just left.
Uh-oh.
He's just busy.
Amy says, I wrote the blood test down. I'm going to request that and the ultrasound.
Yeah,
I'd rather have an extra testing and have a negative result over waiting a year with a positive result.
absolute. You just don't know. And that's one way of finding out. So,
Want me to go ahead and do my second row while you're attaching those?
I'm just trying to decide if I want to mix it up or if I want to keep it consistent.
I like it consistent.
I'm just trying to decide. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Leave her alone.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. So C 125 is just for breast cancers. Yes. Absolute. So why don't you work the chat and give me 10 minutes and you can just talk to them about Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, Bonnie, whatever. So I can sew a little bit.
Mary, mine is right there on the wall.
Drop some links.
I know they've been fighting back and forth between what I'm gonna do tonight, either the vintage texture or I'm gonna work on the kindergarten's quilt because I really gotta get that one done.
Right. Which one have you told your subscribers you're going to be doing?
I just put a thumbnail out. I just haven't decided for sure. And I think I'm gonna go for the kindergarten's quilt because I really gotta get that one done.
Right.
And then I gotta work on a poster board for that.
Right. And tonight on mine, I'm going to do 8 o'clock and work up the cotton cuts glue number 3. So it's just going to be bouncing back and forth, getting your quilt going. Oh my goodness, Beth, you're killing me. You're killing me, girl. We are so excited to see it. It's going to look fab.
So
I'm
every year, my daughter's school does a fundraiser about the first weekend of November. And this is how we raise money to upgrade our school. And it also helps put new stuff in the building, like new bathrooms, new floorings, new cafeteria, and all that kind of stuff, computers, electronics, so that the kids have the current devices. So each year I do the kindergartners. Normally they draw. This year we did something different. And they did where they used fabric paint and took their handprints and put it in a heart. And then they put their own individual handprint with their name on it, the first name on it, but, and then I'm taking squares and wrapping it around. So. I'm using all the scraps of 2.5-inch squares, but I'm trimming them down to 2 1/4 to make sure they look like a square and not a rectangle. Thank you, Amy. But yeah, that is what I'm trying to decide. I really think I'm gonna work on those tonight because I really want to try and get them done so I can go buy the backing. At least I don't have to buy batting because I keep that on hand. But I'd like to try and get that one completed. It's gonna finish and I'll show you what it's gonna look like when I'm done.
Yeah, you haven't showed them what it looks like so far. Go ahead.
'Cause my brain's been trying to get it done. This is what it's gonna look like when it's finished. It's gonna have white strips in between the colorful ones. So, and then it's gonna have a prayer. My dad had him hand dropping it. And the prayer is gonna be let us lift our hearts and hands to God in heaven. So I will be embroidering that into a fabric piece and it will be put into the quilt as well.
And what's your time frame start to finish on that project?
I'd like to try and get it done in 2 weeks.
And customer quilts, I'm just throwing stuff out there.
This one here and her other one, she says whenever I get to it.
Right, but I'm just,
She
like-
knows that I have something I have to do first.
right, but I'm just talking in general. You're building your business. Tell the subscribers your take on your quilts. Do that. You talk about your
Only if
business.
I don't have anything extra going on. Typically, I would have quilts out within a week. If you bring me more than one, I would have them out within 2 weeks because I have to make sure if I'm doing it by myself or if I'm using computer. And computer usually can take me a day. Depending on the size, if it's let's just say if it's a full to a smaller size, that's about a day for me. If it's, I'd say twin down, but
So that would be like,
about 2 and 3 days. Because I have to make sure computer runs. I'm also testing out some new thread that I'm thinking I'm gonna love. So far, I am loving it.
and what's your hours of operation?
9 to 5. But I do tend to work outside of the hours of operation just because I try to at least get some of it done. If I'm in here and it's computer ran, I would be working on something else and letting the computer run.
And so multitasking.
Yeah.
But you never leave your computer, just run and leave.
No.
The quilts are always safe.
I try to stay inside here. I could be running the embroidery machines. I could be working on the stuff that I need to get finished. And still have all 3 computerized systems running.
Okay, do this. This will help. Because we got a couple new ones in here. Walk my subscribers through the general process from when you get a quilt. From when it just comes to you. You log it in.
Hold on. We got my. So it comes in first thing do is I let the customer know that the quilt has arrived to my house, or eventually it's going to be arriving to the PO box. Then I open it. That gives them the notification knowing that I have it in hand. Then I have these sheets I made up myself.
And what does it say? I can't read it.
It says my business name. They don't have to sign it. It's just something I put down there if I was going to use it. But I put their name. Then I put their quilt size. When I received it, if they tell me that they need it by a certain date, I put that date down. I ask if the pattern's going to be provided, and if not, then I have to charge for that. And then color of the thread, if they decide to choose the color of the thread, then, or they say, hey, I trust you, will you please pick the color of the thread? I will do that. I write that color down so I know what color I'm using on that quilt design. If they say I want a certain quilt design I have in the system, or Urban Elements is the other place I go and get the quilt design. Sometimes I recommend that to my customers.
What, can they go in and look at the designs, or is that something you get them on like FaceTime or on the computer and then they can pick with?
I have pictures permanently in my phone that I've taken of what I have on my computer, and I send them to them.
So then they can just pick from that.
And if they say I don't like something like that, I tell them you can look at Urban Elements. Sorry, guys. That is one other place I would trust to buy a design from. Even if I buy it, I probably end up using it because I'll import it into my system.
What about like when you're finished a quilt, after you've logged it in, do you measure it to make sure the customer gave you the right size?
Yeah, I'm getting there. I said that earlier. So when their quilt comes in, the first thing I do is measure their quilt top. I do also measure their quilt back, so I know which way it's going to go. Like the recent customer, and I don't know if she's still on here, she ended up telling me what was top and what was bottom. And it was amazing because it helped so they know which way they want that backing to be. I am testing the glide, and so far I am loving it, because especially this is what I'm loving the most out of it. Yes, I could do it myself if I wanted to. I'm using Magnet Glide bobbins, which is magnet. So I do have thread already. I use Metler. My main two threads now are Metler and Glide. I will not switch back to anything else. So, and then I have to ask, and these are my important questions. I have to ask if they would be okay with me to take pictures to put it on my Facebook page or my Instagram. I also ask if it's okay if I could do it on YouTube, because that's my main thing, to make sure that they're okay with it before I even say, just do it. I will never go against if they don't want it to be presented out yet. And I'll say, if it's a gift, I can hold off. You can tell me when I can present my work on that quilt onto my pages, and they will let me know. And shipping, I try to help with the shipping because I know it's getting a little expensive lately. I use a special program. It's on the internet. Everybody can pull up and sign up for it. It's called buyership.com. And that's how I ship my quotes back out. Yes, I agree, Amy. I wasn't using Glide at first because my dealer in Wichita was saying Mettler was good, and then he started carrying Glide. I try to be careful where I spend because it depends on where I spend the most at.
Now, how do you set your prices? Is
Right
it by
now-
the inch? Is it by the projects?
By square inch.
Is that based on edge to edge, custom?
Right now, we're just square inch for everything. We are talking, so I don't manage this business by myself. My husband helps me with all the pricing and costs on this stuff because I would tell you, I'll give you the cheapest price because I like to help. So
But it's
that's
a
why I let
family-
my husband manage the account.
But it's a family business.
Yeah.
Husband and wife team.
Yes. T-shirt quilts are different. I do t-shirt quilts. If you send me t-shirts, I will make them in quilts. I have one that I gotta work on soon, but I always double check to make sure that the shirts are in the way that they want them. And on those, I tell them to just bring me the t-shirts. They have to tell me what size of a quilt that they want. And then I will figure it all out. They normally allow me to put fabric in there. Depending on the sizes of the design. Like right now, this one is all multi sizes because I try not to cut off the design. Because this person wants all the design in it. So I told him I would have to put some fabric in it to stabilize it right. And he was okay with that. Those cost differently due to prices of stabilizer, fabric, how much I use of fabric in the top and the back. And then you get the price of the batting if you don't bring me batting.
So I'm going to use this as an example. Say, let me pick someone out of the chat. Let me say Amy C. I'll use her as an example. I don't even know where she lives. She contacts you, says, I'm going to drop ship you a quilt. What kind of batting do you have? Do you have a selection?
I have a whole net.
Do you have,
Warm.
do
And
you
I
have,
don't mind if they don't want that and they tell me that they want this batting, I'll go get it, but they still get charged for it.
do you have a like checklist on your computer that like on your webpage that says,
I only have a Facebook page.
so
They just
someone would
have to
reach
know
out
that
to you directly?
They just have to reach out to me.
Right.
I could say, okay, I'd be willing to go get it, but you're still gonna get charged for it.
Right. So this is one set done, and I've got 6 minutes, or we can end now. I can bust this last one out in like 6 minutes easy, and then I'll be caught up. I'm going to work on my son's t-shirt quilt this summer. And how's your arm coming? I know you had a nasty break, and I believe they had to put a rod in.
Yeah, they did.
That's a tough break. Painful. So who's working this? I know we have Shelly Moyer working this project with us today. Who else is working this one? And who's finished the Evergreen? The
Amy's
Evergreen.
finishing her Evergreen, but she will work on this one later.
Right. But on the Evergreen, if you've worked that one, can you please send me a picture so I can get it posted on the YouTube site as well as on the community tab? Yeah. They can post it in the Facebook group, but I just need a picture for the YouTube. That way I can drop it in and show who did it. Courtney, glad you're feeling better. Absolutely. Doesn't she look better than yesterday? She's had a rough few days.
Yeah. Mary says it's still fractured after 5 weeks.
Do I?
It's still fractured after 5 weeks.
Oh my goodness. That's not good.
Excuse me. Amy C says, I'm still working on my evergreen trees. I'm in slow mode.
Honey, if you do 1 tree a week, it'll be all right. It's your project.
Melanina, hi ladies and everyone. I made a t-shirt quilt for my grandson's graduation. Now I'm working on a jeans quilt for me.
Awesome. That will be fun. Yeah, I'm currently working on a large t-shirt project. That one's going to be in a series because it's a memory quilt. The family has allowed us to do that as a memory video, so they'll be able to streamline it and keep it. So if you just want to watch that, it'll be every Tuesday morning. I believe Joe's got it set to roll out at like 9 o'clock in the mornings. But it shows the process for those that don't know how much work is into a t-shirt quilt. That'll show it.
Yeah. And I have permission from my client to use his so that they can see the difference of how we work differently and how we
Every
different types of t-shirt quilts are.
every t-shirt quilt you do is going to be different, whether it's size cuttings, whether it's the family's layout. No t-shirts are the same.
Nope.
So it all depends, but it gives you a baseline of the different styles and techniques that we both use.
Yeah. I think I have a final vote for the kindergarten quilt now. So
Do
that's
I?
what I'm gonna be working on tonight. I'm
Is
gonna
that-
work on the kindergarten quilt. So.
How many students were there? Yes, Nancy, there's a lot of work in t-shirt quilts. Absolutely. It's from the counting them up, stripping them down, interfacing, squaring them down, labeling them, then sizing them, letting the family know the order. You number them so that they have a number large enough the family can see it in the pictures. Then they can tell you how to lay it out. Some like sashing, some don't. And the ultimate goal is to provide a beautiful work of art that the family can display and or bless someone with. So the average t-shirt quilt for us takes between 40 and 60 hours to put it together. But we take our time. I was ironing the shirts with the interfacing, but Joe has upgraded us to the iron press now. So that'll streamline and move things along a lot quicker with that. So. And it is now 2 o'clock. I'm going to press one of these before I let you guys go. And
It is 20 kids in this class.
20.
We narrowed down to 1 class. Normally we are 2 classes. And there's about like 12 each.
Oh, okay.
Due to some teacher shortage and some of our teachers retired.
Right. This is the second block.
Awesome.
When they're laid together, they'll be turned this way, and then you'll be adding the other ones in. So it's kind of like playing Jenga with your blocks,
Yeah.
but it'll
That's
all
why I
come
didn't put-
together really nice. So if everyone's done, Courtney will be live tonight at 8. I'll be live tonight at 8 with a guest. Anne Marie, she'll be sewing with me. We're going to be doing our cotton cuts tonight together so that we can show how that goes. It'll be month 3. So with all that being said, you guys have a fabulous day. God bless, and we'll see you back in one of our other videos. So take care, guys. Bye-bye.